Hey guys, it's your boy Dana T. Jones. Today we're going to go over three benefits and three great reasons why you should be raising private money in all your real estate deals. The first thing is you could be raising private money for your fix and flip projects. You can be raising private money for your commercial deals, or you can be raising private money for any buy and hold real estate. Stay tuned. Okay, I'm going to actually tell you a funny story of why I believe it's so important to be raising private money. I remember it was not too long ago. I was doing like four renovation projects at one time over there in Baltimore. And then as I was doing those four renovation projects, I started noticing that my bank account started dwindling down. It started getting like a little low and a little low and low. And I was like, hold up. I remember, speaking to like one of my friends, actually was like a mentor of mine. I paid them to like mentor me, and they actually showed me key ways and a whole bunch of benefits on why I should be raising private money. So once I listened to what they said, I was like, well, hold up. You know what? I don't want to kind of go flat broke, because right now I'm kind of like rich in paper. I'm rich in these assets, but my liquid stock going down. So then, I just said, okay, it's time to raise that private money. So I know the first deal or the first scenario that I raised the private money for, it was for like a fix and flip prop. Because like I said, I had the four deals going on at one time. And then, the funds started getting like pretty tight. So then, I noticed that, on a fix and flip property, I can reach out to these private money lenders and things of that nature because I was actually getting hard money at the time. So any hard money deal, you're going to have to put down like 20% down on the deal. So, my average purchase price was like anywhere from like 100 to like $150,000. So like every deal, I'm at least coming out of pocket like 20,000. So, if you're doing like four deals at a time and then you paying for the closing costs, that can easily be like $100,000. But the benefit in raising private money is you don't really have to come up with the 20% per deal. So instead of me doing four deals at one time, then I can actually do anywhere from like 6 to 8 deals at one time. And then with the private money, you can actually have like more control over the fund and things of that nature. So you don't have to worry about every time you want to do a fix and flip project. You got to worry about the hard money lender running your credit. Then your credit score can be going down. And then they have to, get all of these conditions and all that stuff. So they run you around for like a long time. And then it takes like anywhere from like 25 to 30 days to close a deal. But with a private money lender or with you raising private money, then you can close that deal anywhere from like, I would say like anywhere from like 7 days. And there's a great benefit. I mean, it's a win-win situation for you being an investor. It's also a win-win situation for the person who you're raising the capital from. Because the way I structure my deals, I actually give them like a 12% return on the money. So, and it's kind of like a win-win situation because I say, hey, you're going to be tied to this real estate. So, you're going to be tied to the deed. You'll also be on the note, and you're also going to get you're also going to get a lender's policy. So that way right there, you're actually investing in a tangible asset. We're giving you like a 12% return on your money. And the way I look at it, I look at the real estate as being like my stock market because you can have your money in like various different stocks and things of that nature. But I look at it as you don't really kind of have like so much control over it. So, the president he can come on a TV screen tomorrow and say, hey, we're at war with such and such company, or such and such country. So then, you might have $100,000 in the bank and your 100,000 can go down in that stock and go anywhere from like 100,000 to like 70,000, like boom, just like overnight. So, I'm like, that's like kind of like scary. So what I do is I kind of like teach my private money lenders and I actually show them the ways that, instead of having your money in the stock market, you can put it into this real estate and you get a 12% return on your money. And that's a beautiful thing because, they win because, instead of their, let's say $100,000 sitting in the bank, and then, over the year, they might make like $1,000 off of it. They're not even going to make $1,000 off sitting in the bank. But my 12% return on that investment, then I'm going to actually give them like 12%. So I would break it down, let you know, off the fix and flip deal. So the fix and flip deal, I raised $100,000. And then I think the renovation budget for that was like 50,000. So, the investor, he put up 100,000 and, I put 50,000 into the deal. So, it was a good thing because, that deal, it took me 4 months to renovate it. So it took me 4 months to renovate it. So that was a great thing right there. And then it took 4 months to renovate the property because I had to pull the permits and all that good stuff. And then it took me maybe like 2 weeks to sell it after that. So, man, I gave this, I gave the guy his money back. I told him I had him for like a 12-month term, but I actually gave him his money back in like 5 months. So then once he saw that, he was like, whoa, I could have made 12% in 5 months off of nothing. I mean, I could put it in the stock market. I might can make it, I might don't, and I can lose it. But that's how I kind of like build a rapport with my private money lender because they actually saw, how I was moving on Facebook and how I'm renovating these properties and things of that nature. So, they said, hey, Dana, how can I be a part of it? So that's what happened with my fix and flip deal. So then as I start noticing it, because, I like to build up build up a good portfolio. That's how I was able to move from Baltimore to California because I had a lot of rental properties in Baltimore and I still do have a lot of rental properties. But even with the rental properties, I also raised private money now. So I kind of got into it whereas though, I show them the work that I do on Facebook. Sometimes they actually want to come and check out the property and things of that nature. And I can actually like walk on the property because I have like several different general contractors that I deal with and things of that nature. I also have like a project manager who watches over them. So my private money lender, they feel like, they feel real comfortable. And also, with the buy and hold properties that I'm getting, you would have to put down like 20% for those properties right there. And then the average purchase prices anywhere in Baltimore is like $200,000. So you put down 20%, you're putting down like $40,000 like out of your pocket to get that property. So if you got three properties at one time, then you would be paying like $120,000 liquid. So that can actually kind of like run your liquid like a little bit dry. So what I do is, for those properties right there, something's like 200,000, I may pull in two private money lenders and I will have them like, I would have them like invest in it. Well, they would be on there. So, each one, one would put up 100,000, the other one will put up 100,000. And with this buy and hold property, that would be fixated on the property for like at least a year because after a year then I can kind of like refinance and I can just pay them off. So the one private money lender, he would get his $12,000 back. That's a 12% return. The other person, he would get their $12,000 back. So out of the deal, I paid the investors $24,000. But it's like, for me, the way I'm looking at it is, I have a rental property that I kind of like manage and is actually helping building up my portfolio. I didn't have to come out of my pocket with $40,000. So, I didn't have to come out of pocket with $40,000. I give the investors their $24,000 at the end, and then I get to refinance them and I can like, pay them their money back. So when I look at it from that strategy right there, I'm like, whoa, it's kind of like I got the property for like free if you think about it. I mean, I didn't get it for free because I had to put my time and my effort in management. I didn't have to go into my pocket and bring out any liquid funds for that right there. So that's how I was able to go from having like 15 investment properties to like 30 because once I learned how the art or the craft of like raising private money, it just kind of like, I mean, it's kind of like it's a no-brainer pretty much, because you're showing investors on how they can get a 12% return on their money. And then also, you're managing the deal. You don't have to worry about coming out of pocket with liquid. So it just allows you to scale up your projects just a little bit more. So that's another thing you can do. And then, in that, a lot of people, they might don't have like $100,000 just sitting around, in a bank or something like that. But then so I say, hey, what about a 401k? You have a 401k? Do you have an RA? And they said, yeah. So I said, okay, I can actually show you how you can pull money out of your 401k or your RA. And then you can actually take your destiny or your fate into your own hands and you can put it into this tangible asset, which we call real estate. So now you can actually be in control of your own stock market. So that would be like a great thing. And then another valuable vehicle that you can actually raise private money for is with commercial properties. The commercial properties, that's a major home run. So even right now, I'm in the process of working on a deal right now because we're working on these IOP OP programs. So it's like drug rehabilitation. So what I do, I raise the private money for that right there because In a commercial deal, you would have to put down like 30%. So you don't put down 20%, you have to put down 30%. And the property that I'm getting right now, that property is $300,000. So 30%, I would have to come out of my pocket like 90,000. So I'm like, well, hold up. If I'm doing like all these deals, I'm doing the fix and flips, and then like into commercial because I'm addicted to real estate. Like I believe real estate like runs the world. So I'm kind of rolling. The Lord is good. So He's allowed me to actually, get that to get that 300 grand from just one person this time. Because what happens is the private money lenders, they actually, once you build a rapport with a person, or once you kind of like pay them back kind of fast, it seems nervous at first because you feel as though like, hey, I'm asking this person for some money, and then they might say no to me. But it's all about, you have to change your mindset because you're not actually asking nobody for anything. You're actually presenting them with an opportunity. So that's how I go in it. So that's how, they see, I guess you would say, my swag or my finesse, or they see the confidence. And I'm like, hey, I'm not asking you for anything. I'm actually giving you an opportunity. Instead of your money sitting in the bank and not making you any money, then you can put your $300,000 into this commercial property, and then you're going to get a 12% return on your money. And then you can still go on and you can do other things because you can, I guess, invest in your own real estate, or you can work on, because this particular person is my dentist. So you can still, make your money off your dental practice while I can actually bring a passive income for you. And it's like, they're like, whoa, hold up. I mean, that's correct. I mean, I love it. So man, that's how things been going pretty much. And then I just love the Lord, and I just thank Him for the blessings, because I'll just look at it all as a mindset. You know, Life is all about, even with this real estate, it's all about manifestation. You could like manifest things. You gotta really believe in yourself and know that you can really do it. And then it would actually come out like that. Because like I said, the average person, when they're raising this capital, they think that they're asking somebody for something. But you always say, no, I'm not asking you for anything. I'm kind of like showing you an opportunity. And then once a person see your track record, they see how you're moving, they'll start being like real comfortable with you. And then it's like, you guys, it's almost like a merge, because you feel it's like a bonding, like a merge, a bonding that you put together. And it's like, once you do one deal with them, and once you give them their money back, anywhere in a fix and flip, it'd be anywhere from like 5 months to a year. You give them your money back for that. And then, like I said, if it's a buy and hold property, you give them a 12% return off of that within a year. Then they're going to start feeling like comfortable, and that's how you get to raise like funds and funds and funds to do many more deals. And that is the true benefit of why I just say, raising private money is everything, because it allows you to scale your business a little bit faster. And it's like, I would have never known this stuff right here unless I just believed in myself, and if I just invest in a mentor. So that's a beautiful thing. So I went out there, anything I like to do in this real estate realm, because I noticed there's a lot of ways to make money in real estate. But then, you may think that you know everything, but you don't. You can like be great at what you're great at. Like I was great at a whole bunch of fix and flip properties. I'm great at, going to the hard money lender, put 20% down, and having the crews run it, having my project manager watch over the crews. But then I just start feeling like, I was right here. I feel like I didn't, I wanted to get more. I wanted to go past that ceiling. So I had to, invest in myself and invest in his mentor just to teach me ways how to raise private money. So, even with that, they went through some of the strategies. I can use Facebook, I can use LinkedIn, and things of that nature. So you don't always have to raise private money from your friends and family, because your friends and families are the ones that you might be like, hey, you might be a little intimidated or something like that, but you can even raise it from like a Uber driver. So I had one deal one time. I think I talked to him. I let him know the deal. I think I raised like $18,000 from the Uber driver. So it just shows you that you never know who's a private money lender. Once you put it into your psyche and put it into your mind and actually start speaking to people, then it will actually come out, and you'll know like, hey, hey, this person could be a private money lender. So the three main things that I spoke about today was raising private money in your fix and flip deals, raising private money and your buy and hold deals are also raising private money in your commercial deals. If you can do those things right there, it's going to help you build your portfolio extra fast in this real estate game right here. Because real estate is what it controls the world. If you go to any basketball game, that's real estate. You go to any football game, that's real estate. You go to any soccer game, that's real estate. So if you look at all these big investors out there and you just watch everything, even CNBC and all that good stuff, you'll see that all those big investors who own that real estate, they all raise private capital. And you know what makes them different from you? They believe in themselves. So they believe in themselves and believe that they can do it. Then I mean, why can't you do it? It's all about a mindset. So once we reprogram our minds and say, hey, I can raise this capital for this deal. I see my first fix and flip and it's like $50,000, man. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't have but so much to do it. You change your mind and then you can actually raise 25,000 from this person, 25,000 from that person. And then you can actually, tie them to the deal and give them a 12% return on their money within a year. If you start off right there, then it'll just build up and it'll grow and it'll grow and it'll grow. The next thing you're raising like 100,000 from this person, 100,000 over there, 80,000 over there, then everything will be like real great. So I mean, that's my stories on how I did it. And I hope everything was like real helpful and informational to you. And I just want you guys to just, if you have any other questions or concerns, you can always just reach out to me on Instagram at dana.tjones, or you can always catch me on my website, danatjones.com. And then right there, I can actually help you guys out with more tips and tricks on how you can actually raise this private money because there's other strategies out there to go over, but I'd be happy to help you out anyway.